I think. What up? What up, guys? What's going on? Let me know how I'm sounding. Everything sounds good. So I'm trying to set up this, trying to send this over to Twitter real quick. We can get a couple people in here. How's everyone doing today? Live stream, Polestar EV. Yes, sir. We're gonna slap in a couple spams. Spy. What else are we gonna plug in? Lucid, Neo, Rivian, and Tesla, right? Yeah. Oh, and one of you guys told me Mulin's popular. Let's slap that one in there too. Polestar update. We got a lot to talk about today. How's everyone doing though? And we're gonna put some fire emojis, and we're gonna get the firefighter in there and the extinguisher. Let's go, man. Yeah, crazy day. How's everyone doing? My day was great. Yesterday took a big L, but today we bounced back. Well, what did I do yesterday? Actually, I think it was a decent day. I positioned myself for today's plays, and today's plays actually worked out. So really excited. And then end of the day, I got some Polestar options. So I'm going to talk about that and give you guys some news. So pretty good, exciting video. I'm going to wait a little bit, see if we get some people. I think it's kind of early. People are probably still at work, but yeah, we'll just let them watch it back later. So want to look at some charts. Got some news, not really much news, and then we're going to take a look at the options flow, because I think that's going to be important. Let me send that out. I think we'll be ready. I saw some pretty interesting options coming in. By the way, if you guys don't have Unusual Whales yet, they are doing a sale, so let me go ahead and plug that in real quick. 15% off until 4th of July. I'm going to plug in the link for you guys if you're interested. It'll help out the channel as well, and it's really gonna help with any options. What's up, BB? How's it going, man? Hey, glad to see you in here. 15% off. How was your day? 15% off this weekend until 4th of July. Okay, so let me put that in for you guys. 15% for Unusual Whales platform. They got everything in here for the most part. Am I live? Okay, yeah, I'm live. Sorry, my OBS was acting up. But yeah, definitely take advantage of that. We're going to definitely cover some of that. Don't really see many other people joining, so... but yeah, I'm excited. Today, basically what we close at 1077. Not really too worried. Still like the chart, and we'll definitely take a look at that in just a second. I guess the first thing I really want to cover is the bell that they basically went in to celebrate today. So I think that's pretty interesting because it's gonna definitely get them that publicity, right? Just towards the end of the day, this one came out, but it was this morning. They basically stood in front of they went to New York, which is weird because aren't these guys out in Europe? I don't know. I guess they flew or something. I don't know if their operations are in here. But Thomas and some of the other Polestar members showed up, and yeah, it was a good time, I think. And I guess one of the things that you guys know how IPOs and everything work, right? They do like a little thing, and I haven't actually have a nice image. I'll show you guys in just a second. But yeah, Thomas just said it's a proud day to ring the bell at NASDAQ as a symbolic celebration, and it's gonna really be the start of the next chapter for Polestar. They already got the clear story of what they want to do and bring to market and stuff. So this is really just the next step to help them accelerate into the next step of the company, basically. And outside of like the New York exchange and stuff, they had a couple Polestars lined up. I don't think I have any images on that, but yeah, just great publicity and just a big milestone for them in general, I think. And obviously they're basically entering into like more of a rapid growth period, which is going to be very difficult for EVs in general, but I think Polestar's positioning themselves pretty good, I would say. What do you guys think? So that's basically what happened today, Polestar. This is all the news that I really have. But here's a very nice picture. If you guys don't follow Polestar on Twitter, definitely do that. Why are they doing the fire? Oh, it's probably because we're down so much today. Proud shareholder, this is ride going to be fantastic. I agree. So yeah, beautiful picture here. We got the whole team. This guy's face looks familiar. He's probably been in some of the videos. And I think this is this the guy from the Gores side? I think there's a couple Gores people in here. So yeah, overall, very, very optimistic picture here. Thomas definitely looks happy there. So big milestone for us, guys. And it's really weird because now we're really public and stuff. So Polestar took part in the iconic bell ringing ceremony at Nasdaq. So today, unfortunately, it was a bad day to ring the bell. The Nasdaq is down like how much today? Almost 2%, I believe. Yeah, a little over 2%. But the moment this marks a new era for us as a company, we're now listed on the Nasdaq. So yeah, those people that want to get the next Tesla, this is definitely going to be a good opportunity. And we basically talked about this many a times. There's a lot of people in Europe that missed out on Tesla or are already big fans of Polestar. So I think they'll definitely start flowing in some money. You know, I think one of the guys in here last time mentioned that there was a big fund that actually added some cash into it. So just I think the start of some great stuff coming ahead. And if you guys don't mind, help me out and just hit the like button for me so we can get this video out to other people later. We went down about 15% yesterday and today about 4%. Do you have a good explanation? I think it just might be some of the, and actually I think it's just some of the market now that it's publicly, it definitely is going to fluctuate more. And I think that's the first part. And then I think people are still probably trying to short, but I do have some nice data for you guys about the short. So, and that's part of the reason I actually ended up getting some calls. So this is going to be, I'm going to run it back 3 times. I've already made money on options twice. So hopefully this third time pays off for me. Been having pretty good luck with Polestar. So hopefully it works out this time. But yeah, I think we can take a look at the chart now if you guys want. I just wanted to, what do we have? I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys. This is the Polestar Automotive. This is iBorrow. This is going to show you guys the share float. Well, not the share float, but just the amount of shares that are available to short and how much people are paying to short the stock, basically. So I don't know if this is including the new dilution with everything merger complete, but it's basically happened with most SPACs. Usually the short borrow fee rate just shoots up. And so I picked up on this yesterday, and then towards the end of the day, yesterday, I believe, what was it? Yeah, I started picking up, this was around 12, or midday actually, started picking up around 100% to borrow. So that's insane fee, of course. But I didn't want to make sure that, I wanted to make sure that this kind of held overnight and going into the market today. And so if you take a look, 104%, and the last time this actually got updated was around 10 o'clock. So halfway through the day, it stopped updating. So when this website stops updating this, that means that there's no available shares to short. So as of right now, as of 10 whatever today, they weren't pushing in, because this kind of feeds data into every 15 minutes, and it actually stopped feeding. Well, if there's available data to update, then it'll put it in, it'll push it through every 15 minutes, right? So at 10 o'clock, it actually stopped pushing data through. So that tells us that there's no available shares to float to short. So I think that's pretty crazy. And like I said, I saw this coming in yesterday, but I really wanted to wait because, excuse me, the data was still coming in. So, and I just got to be patient. That's something that I've been trying to help myself with, is just being more patient with plays and stuff. And so I think I got a pretty good position. I don't want to boast or anything. We got to try to stay humble here. But yeah, I got some options for, I got a month out. I got a pretty good position, and I'm excited for it. But what are you guys doing with it? That's just definitely something important, I think. And again, I don't know if that's including the entire float and stuff. I'm not gonna lie and actually know like if that's important or if I know all that. So but I thought this was very unusual. Let me see. Okay, now the next thing I wanted to show, we can go ahead and take a look at the chart if you guys want me to. I showed you guys the image and I showed you guys the data. So right now I still like the chart, like I said, and surprisingly on the chart here actually continued. Well, it added the history from our previous merger here, which I don't know if you guys remember from last time. It wasn't showing it for some reason. But what I like is we're still sitting above the 200 moving average. Hey, yo, what's up, man? Joe, what's going on, man? Hey, happy to have you here. Yeah, what do you think, Joe? What's going on with Polestar? What do you think, man? I'm bullish. I mean, we're holding above. I've started using this new volume profile. And like the heavier the wicks are, the longer the wicks are, the more resistance or support that it is. And so right now we're kind of in the middle, but I think if we can break out of above $11, then things should actually get pretty interesting. And that's also kind of backing up some of the short interest data that I showed you guys earlier, 100%. So just a few different like factors complementing each other pretty good for me. And I actually got a month out though, so I got some options. I went in pretty heavy, trying to get a third swing at it and hopefully make some money a third time. But if you definitely want to play it safe, definitely get the shares. Like I would think that's definitely an easier way to make profit. But honestly, I think even if my options double up, I mean, I'm so happy with that. You can't get greedy right now. So what was I saying about the chart? Do you guys have any questions? And actually, let me make a poll. What poll do you guys want to talk about? So we have big data for the stock market in general tomorrow. Big thing for Polestar though is we have some decent volume. So average volume is 8.85 million, just a little bit under. Most of it was sell off. Let's go to a smaller time frame actually, just to get a better picture here. So I'm still liking this. It's like coming down here multiple times. It seems to like always bounce off of it. So is this like 1080 range? This was also like a big level before the merger. So definitely got that history there. Seems to like respect that level. And I'm bullish as well, but I'm like, why is the stock not moving? Volume is up, right? Yeah. Well, now there's like more shares out there and there's more activity. So like I said, as soon as like the merger happened, I basically told everybody our volume's going to stay pretty consistent now. You guys remember it was like 2 million each day, and I was like, once we start merging, we're going to be trading at higher volumes just because there's going to be more eyes on it, you know, even like the equity from like Europe, other outside of the US. So yeah, a lot more eyes. We also have, I think, a bit, well, I don't think the float has updated, at least not in Weeble. If anybody knows the updated float, because I checked actually, so I went here and it doesn't have the market cap yet, it doesn't have any of the volume is there, but like the free float and stuff wasn't in here, so I don't really know what the actual float was. So like for example here, shares outstanding, none of this data is still updated yet, so that's something that I'm curious and finding out. If you guys know, let me know. I'd be curious to know what our free float is right now, and just really like what our market cap is looking like at $10 or $11. So yeah, I'm excited though, because we're holding $10, and it's crazy because I would say we're still trading around 20 billion market cap, and I think I checked Lucid's market cap earlier, and that thing is still like at 30 billion. So, or 30 million. I'm sorry. I think it's 30 million. Why am I saying billion? Let me double check before I read rumors. I think it's is it 20 billion? Yeah, 30 billion. Yeah, 20 million wouldn't make any sense. Come on now. That's how they got more shares than market cap. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah. So okay. So anyway, the big bet that I'm taking is I got $12 and okay. So I got options for next month. I can pull them up actually. 1 second. But I want to know if you guys are doing any big plays as far as options, or are you guys just doing the shares for Polestar? What are your plans for Polestar? I got the $12.50 strikes for August 19th. I just picked them up at the end of the day. I paid like 108 for them. What's up, UCME 420? Hey, for the memes. 100 million free float on Weeble. Okay, so, and now is that the right float, or is that just currently pre-merger? That's the only thing I'm not completely sure of. Like yeah, I see on Weeble it says 100 million and 100 million free float. I think that might be still like pre-merger though. Yeah, the market cap 1.8 billion. That's what's interesting. I'm still kind of waiting. I'm gonna check my E-Trade account, see really quick if they've updated. E-Trade usually, I'm not saying it's a better platform. I guess it is a better platform. They just usually have their data up to date, but they might be lagging on it too. Let me see. No, they still have the outstanding shares 100 million. So I don't know. I guess it's still 100 million. So, and that might be why a lot of this short interest, well, that's the IV. That might be why a lot of this fee is going up for people's. shorting this right now, and I think if it holds above about $10.80, I think it's gonna, because I think probably people started shorting around $10, so I think some people might starting to cover. And so here's some examples. Let's take a look at some of the examples that are there. What's a good one? We kind of talked about DCFC. Algae is a good one, actually. Let's talk about algae. Algo. This one, I think this is something that could be very relatable to us, because this is actually a pretty good company. So they actually fell down to 6. We fell down to about 8, I believe, or $9, and then it did take a few days. Obviously, we didn't go straight up. We've kind of had a mini bounce. But I still think there's potential. So this is what I'm looking forward to here. What is their free float now? Let me check. 245. That's crazy. So this one's, yeah, this one went all the way back up to $24. It's insane. So what do you guys think? Let me make a quick poll. I think next week should be very interesting. Tomorrow we got Jerome Powell speaking, so I don't really know how I feel about that. I already... So the thing with me, I'm not playing calls for anything in the market, even if it's like, I'm sure they'll pump the market tomorrow, the algorithms, they'll cook the data or whatever. I think they'll move the market. But the way that I'm playing it is I'm playing Polestar as a squeeze play now, technically. So that's why even if the market sells off, I wouldn't be too worried for me personally, because I got a month out, and I think this one definitely has some short squeeze potential, just a post SPAC squeeze potential, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's going to be very interesting. And just some of the levels to watch here. So obviously, like this green line here is that 200 moving average, which we form. I mean, it started forming after 200 days, basically. But we've been holding it. It's like $10.70. So as long as we, and this is why I was patient with some of the stuff that I decided to get into. So it started running, and actually I took profits before the merger because I think, and this actually happened, the IV was going to get kind of screwed up, and so I ended up taking profits on those options. I don't know if you guys took profits on options before the merger, or if you held options after merger. I think some of the options chains really got screwed up, because I had a guy in our Discord, and he was telling me about it. But yeah, so I feel good that I took profits. And then there's a few days where I think the IV was still going to be pretty high. And then I think, you know, today going into tomorrow, I think would be a good time. Me personally, not financial advice, but I kind of, you know, ready to go see that second leg back up to $12. And like I said, if we can really break 11, I mean, I don't think 12 would be much of a trouble for us. And then we can break this high here at 12, and then things could get pretty interesting, I would say. So, so I covered the news, the market. There's not really much there. The chart, like I said, I'm sorry, I got distracted, but some of the levels that I'll be watching, let's just zoom out a little bit. I would actually move this down here. So yeah, $12 would be interesting. And you can see this is that volume profile. There's like really no resistance after like $12. So that's what I'm looking for. Like breakout at 12, and then, you know, people start fomenting. Maybe a little bit of short covering, I think. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, staying above the 1070, even the $11. Honestly, the $11, like I said, we can break out outside of 11. Then things are really going to get nice for us, I think. So yeah, this level here, $11, I would say 12, and really incremental. But then we could go back up to 14, almost $15. At least the low 14s, I would say. And just from the volume, let's zoom back in. I want to look at the volume. So the volume's been picking up. I mean, volume's been picking up. That's good. It is like, it's marked down as red. But that's all right. That's just, I think it's just based off of the day that, how we closed, really. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. I don't know how excited you guys are. UCMC says would be nice. I think he's talking about the squeeze. Maybe. Now, let me make sure. This is stuff that I am playing. By no means I recommend this. But I think just based off like some of the experience that I had with some of the other specs, most of them always do like some sort of squeeze. And I've mentioned these before in plenty of the other live streams, right? So this one's red box. Obviously, I told you guys this was coming back down to $2 or $3. It's at 7, probably more downside, but we'll see. Yeah, had that short squeeze there. This one's a SPAC, DCFC. I love this company long term. Right now, I'm just patiently waiting. Yeah, this one had that squeeze as well. Algae, I just showed you guys Algae. This one was a crazy squeeze. This one's actually a decent company too. I just don't think the revenue's there. I would definitely do DFC. What was another SPAC that did some crazy shenanigans recently, at least? There's a few others. I can't remember. Oh well. Yeah, so I think it's just, I mean, you could look at CCIV or Lucid was just an outlier, honestly. I don't think we'll do something like that where it goes up to 50. Because this was like, Lucid was like, there was no Polestar back then, you know, Lucid was like the next big legit thing next to Tesla, or yeah, this was like before Ford even talked about electric vehicles or became serious about it, right? So that's the thing, like back here, this was like, okay, I missed out on Tesla, let me get in on Lucid, right? So there was like some serious FOMO here. Ford was still like in talks about doing like electric vehicles. Rivian, I think, didn't even an IPO yet. Like, this was like, so much FOMO was into this one. Like, this is like an outlier, honestly, I would say. Yeah, I would say that. There was a few other SPACs. I'm trying to think. ChargePoint did some crazy squeezing, right? Didn't they? But yeah, this is like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. Yeah, this was SPACland, or what was it? SPACtopia? It was just some crazy stuff. And what's going on with ChargePoint? It looks like it's trying to break back out. Anyway, yeah, just I think it's like basically written in SPACs that they're gonna do a little SPAC squeeze. There was tons of actually there was another one. IRNT did one. This was another SPAC. This was insane. I don't know how this thing got so crazy. I think this one just had a small float after though. Yeah, for like 43 million. So this was definitely an outlier as well. It went up to like $45, $47. Pretty insane, am I right? Let me look at let me do a poll really quick. I want to know what you guys are thinking about Polestar for next week. Next week price targets. I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to say anything, but price targets. I got some good options, I think. I got plenty of time. IV's, I think, been cooling down, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. Polestar price target. What price targets do you guys want? I'm going to do, where are we at right now? We're like at $11. We're going to do less than 10 again. I just want to know if you guys think. I mean, it could be a possibility we go under 10, but I'm gonna do 13, less than 13. Less than 15. No, I don't know. Less than 15. What's up, Duke? Hey man, what's going on? Let me finish this poll and we can look at that chain. Yeah, I want to look at the options flow. Like I said, definitely take advantage of that link that I posted. You can do 15% off up until July 4th. And if you guys have any questions, you can send me a tweet or whatever. You can, yeah, I don't mind helping you guys with it. And I'm still learning plenty of stuff, but you guys, I'm happy to share what I know. So send me a tweet, or I don't know if you guys are following me. Just you can go follow me on Twitter. Actually, I did a little poll here. I'm getting crushed. I said I got some Polestar calls, and I think like 30% people are just laughing at me, but hopefully it pays out. We'll see how it goes. And you guys can follow me on Twitter. Then I got the link there for Unusual Whales as well. I'm trying to make this what you call it, poll real quick. Less than 13. Now let's just do increments. Less than 15. Now let's do 13 because it seems like breaking 13 is it's gonna be, or yeah. Okay, we're just gonna do 3. I'm gonna go bigger than 15. Let's do that. I'm gonna ask you guys price targets next week. Actually next week. Let me do 20 plus. How about that? 20 plus. I think we could do, no, 18 plus. I don't. 18 plus, yeah. I don't freaking know. 18 plus, let's go. 18 and only, baby. 18 and only. Yeah, hottest chains on Unusual Wells is 13 calls for Friday. I did see some crazy flow on here. Let me go ahead and pull that up actually. Where was it? I took a couple screenshots. I was gonna post it on Twitter, but then I didn't get. I saw this 500, 700k, 500k orders. Like these are pretty big orders, no? It was 1,000 and 1,100. This came in like at 9 o'clock. These are in the money though. These are 5 and 4. But the interesting thing I think I saw is there's a few call debit spreads. Oops, that's the wrong tab. And yeah, here they are. They're right here. These are $5 calls, and I might need to zoom in for you guys. Let me zoom in. Yeah, so I saw these are buy to open. So the only thing I don't like is the spread was pretty big, and the spread's like kind of in the middle. So this could technically be bearish, but since it's buy to open or sell to open, it could be that there's not going to be no open interest, right? They're like the open interest, the volume is higher than the open interest. When did that come in? Was that today? That was today, yeah. The buy to open. So buy to open means right here, I can just show you guys. Where's the little info thing? Buy to open. The trade was to open, basically. What's up? Hey, 1 second, y'all. I got my sister came. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, sorry. She just got dropped off at my house real quick. The trade was to open, buy to open, sell to open as determined by the size of trade greater than open interest or volume, minus volume. So this is probably my favorite icon. The other one that I like is the size. Where's the size? Is it this one? No, it's this one. This is size is greater than the current open interest. So that means that this right here is going to be bigger than the current open interest. So this 40 is bigger than 19. And yeah, these are the ones that I saw earlier, around 9:30, I would say. They came in. These are $5 calls for next week or 2 weeks out. Let me make sure. Yeah, so next week is a short week, by the way. 4th of July, we're closed. So 2 weeks out. They got $5 and $4 calls. These are pretty big orders for Polestar because usually when I was looking at the flow, they really never came in with like this big amount. Like it always used to be like $1,000, $2,000. So definitely more money piling into Polestar, I think. But that's just my opinion. So these are the big ones. The other ones that I wanted to show you guys is these spreads. They're up here. So they're basically selling $5 calls for the July 15th. Oops. And they're buying the $2 calls. So if you take a look at the multi-leg here, it's basically a call debit spread. See if I can pull it up. So when you can actually do this on Robinhood if you don't want to go through all this, but they're basically, what the hell is this? Let me pull it up on, this isn't, they say max loss 28k, max profit 1k. But let me make sure, let me pull this up really quick. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so when you buy the $2 and buy the 5. Oh, I didn't see that they bought the 5. I thought they sold the 5 up here. Anyway, it's still a put debit spread, or a call debit spread, I'm sorry. Just go to Robinhood or another platform that has options and type this in. So do what the hell is this? July. It's buying the $2 calls. I'm going to do it really quick on my calculator, fellas. So give me 1 second. They're buying the $2 calls and they're selling the $5 calls. $5 calls. It's weird though because these are already in the money. Let me clear that out. It didn't. I gotta sell the 5 and buy the 2. Come on, G, you know this. It's a 2 option order. It's not telling me anything though. What the hell? Alright, let me do it the other way. I'm gonna do the same spread. We're gonna do buy the 2 and sell the 5. I'm doing the oh fuck, I'm doing the wrong one. Call debit spread. Yes, a call debit spread, but it's not telling me any profits. Fuck. Okay, well, you get the point. It's basically a bullish. They'll make money from 2 to 5. They'll make money anywhere if the stock stays above 2, and they'll make the money all the way up to $5 basically. It's basically like they're buying the $2 call, but they're getting premium. Instead of having to pay $900 for that premium, they're getting 6, so they're paying like $3 for that premium. Is that right? Somebody help me out. But yeah, I'm doing the 15s. And actually, this might not even, I don't know, maybe they're just doing these. They're expecting big moves in either direction. Could be. They also did these. They're selling $20 puts. So the reason this is bullish is because they expect the price to stay or go up above $20. Is that right? And what's crazy is they're actually doing it to the both sides. I do want to look at those $13 calls that you're talking about for Friday. That would be insane. It's for $13 calls. I might need to go ahead and pull that up really quick. Close that out because that was no help, unfortunately. There is, sir. Oh, this is actually a very good slide. This is the flow history here. Before we look at those 13s, Duke, this is the flow history, and what I like to do is take a look at the bullish premium and the bearish premium. And the bullish premium is blue. You can see a beautiful incline in the bullish premium. Bearish premium is also going up, but obviously the bullish is ahead. And then this is on the COPE on a 3-day scale, I guess. Let me take these off. So big COPE, which means bullish premium coming in. Then there's bearish premium coming in. But the price hasn't really reflected much of this move, I would say. So there's something, I think, coming soon, I would just think. And then you can actually take a look, the flow history. So we've only been trading for 3 days. Slightly more bullish premium for today. And what's crazy about this is I think the stock was down. How much percent were we down? Were we down? Eesh. Let me make sure. Yeah, we were down 3%. So we were down 3%, but people were slightly more bullish on the stock still. There's a lot of call activity actually. It's like the 79, almost 80%. 79% call volume. So just some things to look at. I've just started looking at the flow on Polestar, but those are some of the things that I picked up pretty quick. And I also liked coming down here to the biggest options flow and looking at these. And these are the ones that I mentioned earlier. Well, did I mention these? I don't think I mentioned these actually. These are big. These are for 2 weeks out, $4 calls. It's 737. I didn't see these actually. Let me see. They weren't in here. Oh, they were down here. They're down here. Yeah, these 4 and 5s, for some reason they bought 1,000 and 1,100. Like 500,000 orders. $2 $500,000 orders. And then he was talking about, what were you talking about, Duke? $13 for this week. Are they on the active chain? Yeah, they're right here actually. Look at these. And they're bullish. Bullish premium. The bullish premium percent, 78% bullish premium. Interesting. Thanks for this, Duke. We're gonna expand this. Take a look at it. Oh, I'm sorry. I close that out. So open interest as of yesterday was 700, or yeah, 700. Today it opened up. It doubled up. So that's good to see. Like, I like to look at previous day data, and on what, Monday? Yeah, Monday we had 700 contracts out there. Then now we have 14 people holding contracts, and today big day for what was this, the $13 calls? So $13, that would be $2 from here. Actually, yeah, $2 from here. What are they worth now? Like 17 cents. So 2 divided by 1077 is what we closed at. So it'd be an 18% move. Wait, why did I do 2? That would be like 223. That would be a 20% move. So somebody might be expecting a 20% move in the next 3 days, I would say. So these are actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna expand on the options chain, just take a look at what we're seeing in here. And we're gonna go by size actually. Let's do like 20. Start with 20 really quick. Oh shit, everything coming in. So pretty small orders, 1K orders. But that's because these are only worth like 20 cents. So it's a big size, so 270 contracts, right? But the reason that it doesn't look like a big order is because they're not worth much right now. So these are a lot more riskier, and you can see they're actually 5 cents towards the end of the day. So they're 5 cents. So these might just be some lottos actually. 20% move. That's insane. I'm gonna heart some of these just so I can have something to look for tomorrow. Actually, I don't want that one. But everything in here, for the most part, was bullish. They were buying these, right? And they're basically at the ask. Like, the spread's 2 to 5. Everything's coming in around the ask, I would say. Yeah, everything coming in towards the ask. 2 to 5, and most of this came through the ask. Now, I don't know if that's because Robinhood does that weird shit where you can't buy at the bid. But, yeah, everything came in on the ask for some reason. What's crazy is after $5, they didn't really come down in value. So the IVs basically staying pumped or something's going on, because after what, 11 o'clock, about 11 o'clock, the spot, they stayed the same. Now let me look at the chart really quick, see what happened with the chart. Go to the 15-minute. I like using the 15-minute chart. So after 11 o'clock, what happened at 11 o'clock? Oh, it went up. Okay. Anyway, I mean, it's still, I mean, you would get some theta burn here, but maybe they're so out the money that they don't really get affected at that point. I don't know. That's interesting, though. What's the other chains that are interesting? These are $15 calls for 2 weeks out. They're mainly bearish, though. It's just because I guess they're back holding. These are interesting, too, though. These are the ones for 2 weeks out. These 18K, almost 19K. And people aren't really selling these. So let me go to the full chain breakdown. The full chain breakdown is going to show us the volume for today. So the most active chains are the 9K. This is the 7 for this weekly's 2 weeks out is 8.2K has the most. And then the August 19 have the second most volume. So not many other people are really buying anything in between here. So I picked up the 12 for 19. I picked them up like at $1.08. I got these. I got these at 108. I know it looks bearish, but I'm not gonna hold these till expiration. So I'm just trying to make a quick money. And if people are like selling these, then I can get them at a pretty cheap price, I would think. So that's why I got these. I got them. I think I got pretty good. They've only been like, I looked on Robinhood, or yeah, they were only active for a week. So I don't know if it's because they updated the chain and they don't have any history, or because they're new chain. I don't think they're new chains though, because I think these were active before when they were GGPI. Duke said it would seem to indicate a run up going into the weekend. Hey, yeah, it could be. And I guess the only thing I wish they would have got more time, like they would have got the 708s. But I think what could happen is the market could rally based off of Powell and stuff, and that could just lift the whole market. Because every time that man speaks, it doesn't matter what he says, the market takes it well, at least the first day, and then the day after, that's when the market starts selling off. So like tomorrow, I would think market will probably just buy everything because everything is, in quotation, priced in. And then Thursday, people start digesting that info, and then they start selling stuff because they realize the economy is still pretty shitty, you know. But yeah, I think these are probably definitely interesting, especially for the price, like the stock coming down almost 4%. What was it, 3%? Why did I say 4%? Yeah, just 3%. Yeah, I'm trying to be patient with stuff, and honestly, the reason I actually got calls is because I made some good money on some puts for DraftKings and SPY, so I was like, man, I really want to get back into some Polestar. and it was just chilling. So like I'm gonna put some more money, and it's been pretty lucky for me. So I'm just trying to double up real quick. But let's see. I want to look at some of the other option chains. It doesn't look like there's really much open interest down here. There's like the ones for the $8, 1400, and the 1000. Like I'm actually pretty confident. I wouldn't be confident on the weeklies, but I'm pretty confident on that squeeze. But I just don't know when it'll happen or if it'll happen. But I'm willing to risk some money, and that's why I got like a couple weeks out. I got a month out, so I don't know how much I'll actually make. But dude, I'm gonna be happy with the quick double up. Like I don't need a 400% runner. I just need 130%, 150%. I'm good. I'm cashing out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is for me, I think. Yeah, especially in this market, man. I'm just trying to make a little bit of bread. And these are the ones that are definitely interesting. The 1250s, open interest, 18K, 19K here. Bullish. People are just chilling on these. Like they're just sitting on them. They haven't done anything with them. The only other ones that are big, these are big too, the 10. And they're still kind of bullish for some reason. These are just like 36K contracts. They're just chilling at 12 and 10. So I don't know. And then to the downside, there's not really much. There's that 7 and that 8K. And yeah, these are bearish. These are bearish too, but well, yeah, and not even to mention these, but you know what could be? These could be, would these be called debit spreads? These could be called debit spreads. I don't know. If they're buying the 12s and selling the 15s, it could be a call debit spread, because the IV is pretty pumped. So that's the only other thing I could think. You would have to look into that though. I think that's all I have. So I showed you guys the percent, 109%. And like I said, this stuff stopped updating. So that means that there's no current available shares to short. And so towards the end of the day, I ended up picking up those options. And then I showed you guys, what did I show you guys? I showed you guys that they did the bell thing, right? Then you got the homie, everybody, the squad. They showed up. And they did the bell thing. They did the thing. So I think that's all I have, guys. Let me see. Do you guys? We can definitely. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to show you guys. The IV. So this is the IV. It's actually been coming down. So this was what, today, I think. It was kind of chilling actually. What was this? This was today at 10. But this is when the IV kind of pumped. I ended up getting it towards the end of the day. Just I missed the run up, so. That's what's weird. Like the stock was going down, but IV's moving higher, so that kind of indicates like a move, like Duke was saying. So at least I didn't get the IV towards the top. I got it down here on the average. So that's gonna be interesting. And like I said, I got myself some time. Tomorrow, I think the market. We can take a look at the market actually. You guys, we can look. Do we do any chart analysis? What do you guys see here, Polestar? I mean, we're bullish, right? 15-minute here. On the 15-minute, we're bullish. As long as we don't fall underneath, what, like 1050? We don't get into these levels down here, we're chilling. IV is chilling. Let me go to a higher time frame actually real quick. Oof. I might need to take that shit off. It's cool. This thing is cool, but yeah, it be getting in the way sometimes. I like that we bounced off the 200 moving average too. This is on the 1 hour, by the way. So, I mean, I like it. We clearly did a double top up there, but everything's getting bought back up here at this level, 1070, around this red line that I have here. And so once we break out of 11, was it like, what did I say, 1130? Or just 11 actually. Then we'll start running to 12. What was I gonna look? Oh, we're gonna look at the SPY. We're gonna look at the SPY. So I don't know what's really going on with the SPY. This actually still is holding up. So I think we have an ascending wedge, which would be like this, which I think we're gonna run back up. We already filled, did we fill this gap? No. I think we might fill this gap pre-market. And then everybody's gonna come in saying everything's priced in. And we're gonna run up and fill the gap up here. Don't we have a gap up here? See, I think we have a gap up here. Let me go to the daily time frame. I think I marked it. Yeah, this shit gets on my nerves sometimes. Where the hell's my gap? Oh, the gap is right here. Yeah, I think we go back up, fill this gap, and then we have a descending resistance down here. It doesn't look right on TradingView, but if you go to the 1 hour, then it's marked up correctly. For some reason, it does that. For some reason. Let me mark the gap really quick, and then we'll go back to the 1 hour. That's the only thing I don't like about TradingView. Everything else, I love TradingView. Yep. All right, so let me go back to the 1 hour. Yeah, so I think we'll come back up. This is the other gap. Technically, during it doesn't show as a gap on the 1 hour, but on the daily, it's a gap. So I'm gonna consider it a gap. Something like that. And I think that'll probably be the end. We'll probably fill this gap, and then we'll get rejected at these at this descending resistance here. Let me. Where the hell is this thing? Yeah, I think we have this descending resistance, and then I think we'll get rejected at that. And honestly, like, this ascending wedge is a bearish pattern, so once we break out of this, we'll break back down. I think that's what I'm thinking, though. And honestly, if you look at this, I've been using this thing, like, there's so much resistance up here, like, it's gonna be so hard to get back up to the 400s. Like right here, 410 is probably the top. I would say we could break out of this ascending wedge, break and run up to like 410, but after that, I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty hard to get back up higher. But that's just my personal opinion. Right now, I'm just playing it day by day. But definitely looking at the bigger picture. What do you guys think? Let me take a look at some of the polls. I forgot we made a poll. We only got 2 votes. Less than 13, higher than 15. Yeah, I did a pretty bad job on the poll, honestly. Next time we'll do a better job. But yeah, I think the SPY looks pretty good. Obviously, long term, I'm bearish. Economy is just pretty shitty. But honestly, you just look at the market and you're like, why is it not going down? It keeps getting bought up and stuff because that's just manipulation, bro. I think, you know. But yeah, that's why you gotta don't let your feelings or your emotions get into it and just trade the trend. Kinda. I've lost a lot of money trying to be stubborn and trying to be bearish on the market when it just keeps going up. But yeah. I think what'll happen though is we'll fill this little gap here pre-market, and then we'll get back inside this trend here, and then we'll kind of just push forward because the market doesn't care about our puts, you know? Like, the market's going to keep, if it's not the actual recession, the market's going to keep trending up, I think, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, I hate to say it, but that's why I had to, like, take profits on all my puts, because I know something's going to happen tomorrow. They're going to pump it, and they're going to try to burn everyone's premium. And it's dirty, you know, but it is what it is. So I think we go back up to 390, yeah, 390 tomorrow. And then we'll kind of work our way around here for a bit, and then eventually fill that gap up here. Come back down, maybe one more leg up to retouch 400. And we'll see how we break out of this wedge here. I think that's what I'm seeing, though. Any other charts? Oh, I do want to share this here, too. This is Neo. I don't know if you guys follow Neo, but I posted this on Twitter. You guys definitely follow me on there if you guys would. Posted this earlier. Oh yeah, Rivian's also doing some electric bike shit. It's weird. I thought I posted this earlier. 20 in the gas tank ain't really yeah. That 20 in the gas tank ain't 20 like it used to. And then oil is still bullish, man. I don't know if you guys are trading oil. I'm super bullish on oil. Just because China is doing their little shenanigans and they're reopening, they're cutting down quarantine time. They're doing what they got to do. Did I not share that Neo stuff? I thought I shared it here. That's that NASDAQ. Hey, go Ravens. I guess I didn't share it on here. I thought I did. I didn't share it on here for some reason. Anyway, the article is here. Neo stock suddenly reversed today. There's this Grizzly research. They say that Neo's revenue and stuff is basically inflated. Like, is basically corruption is what they're saying. And so they did like some short selling allegations. I don't really know how this affects Neo in the short term because everybody is buying Neo stock right now. Everybody's buying Chinese stocks because it's like the safety haven right now. And the economy, the China economy's got a lot of stimulus and stuff, all like positive sentiment. So anything China related is really going up. And I also want to share you guys Pendulum Duo because that one's, I think, getting ready to do a massive move. I'm thinking to the upside if the China stuff sticks. I think Pendulum Duo is going to be a massive breakout, but I'll show you guys that in a second. Let me just go through some of this NIO stuff real quick. What happened after opening in green? It dropped suddenly at 9:30. There was a short attack. Reversal. What was there? In-depth due diligence. Okay, so where's they're doing? I guess I could just let you guys read this on your own, but they're basically inflating their revenue and stuff. They're selling their stuff to this company called Wuhan to inflate their numbers and beat like estimates and all that. So it's really, really shady. I think in the long term, there could be some crackdowns and things could maybe possibly affect the listing on the NASDAQ and stuff. But I think in the short term, like I said, I don't really think it's going to affect it because everybody's just buying it up. But yeah, NIO's revenue income almost 10 to 15% inflated based off of the allegations, and it's just an accounting game through corporate governance wrongdoing, basically. So it's like really dirty stuff, you know. They're basically selling their batteries and all that. Yeah, they're selling their battery packs to Winning and recognize as revenue from those sales, and then they own the subscription fees. I don't know, you guys can take this look. So what now? Basically, stock was under considerable pressure for several months. Yeah, and it's done. This actually killed me. This rally here killed my puts. I had puts on NIO. So I'm actually a little what's the word? Paranoid of trading NIO right now because the Chinas, they don't know how to give up. So I don't know. I would just look into this like in the longer term. This thing could definitely come back up. What was I going to show you guys? Oh, I was going to show you guys. I mean, in the short term, it could come down and fill this gap. There is a gap down here, I think. On NIO, this is NIO, by the way. There's a gap down here that it could possibly fill. And I like to make head and shoulders patterns out of everything, though. So I don't know. Is this a head and shoulders pattern? I don't think so. Let me show you Pendulum Duo, though. Because this one, I think, is getting ready for a breakout. We'll take a look at it. I actually want to play this, but we'll see how it plays out. Let me see. Where's it at? Yeah, I think if it gets outside of what 66, then there's like no resistance up here. You see the volume profile? Like it's got so many good support levels down here. I think this is a it makes actually pretty good revenue too. I think in the billions, like 9 billion quarterly or something. And this $60 range honestly is a pretty good support. Like you can see all the consolidation here. It consolidated recently too. So I think anything, if it comes down here, it could be possibly a good opportunity to get some calls and then maybe go back up. But yeah, I think if we can break out of like what 67, what was it? 66.50 here, and just break out of these highs, then it could run up like $10, fill this gap up here. I don't have the gap marked, but I can mark it out real quick. And there's a gap up here. And actually, if you go to like a 1 hour chart, let's see, I think it looks like an ascending triangle. Let me poke this out. I think it was like this. What did I have? It's really like at the end of the triangle, I would say. So let me delete this actually. 1 second. You can, so ranges are really like this is like a range, like an ascending support. It's a range. So it's anywhere in between here. It's not like one clear point where the range is. It's really like a range. So let me just do a different color for this so you can see it. It looks like an ascending triangle to me. Right, doesn't it look like an ascending triangle? It's been consolidating here, and it looks like it's getting ready to do a breakout or a breakdown. In my opinion, probably to the upside. So yeah, I think that's what I have for the video. Anybody have any questions? Eyeing that 10. Oh, I missed some. Eyeing that 1055 support. Yeah, on Polestar, right? PSNY 1055. Where are we at right now? 55. Yeah, like down here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and it bounced off like the 200 moving average. It bounced off nicely. Was this today actually? When was this? Yeah, this was today. It did a beautiful bounce today. So it's looking bullish. This could also be a bear flag though. I don't know. It's too early to tell, but it could be a bear flag. So we'll just kind of wait to see. And let me do a smaller time frame actually, so we can mark it up better. So what it could do, it's too kind of, it's not sharp enough, but it could still be I'm just gonna mark this out. This. So we could be forming newer, higher lows or whatever. Actually, let me move this out. Bow. Let's do that. And if we can break out of that, I mean, if we can hold this, then we can keep moving forward. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see how that does tomorrow. I'm excited for it though, because like I said, I got plenty of time on my stuff. The IVs came down. The short bar interest is like 100%. It stopped updating, so there's no shares available. And I think the market should be chilling tomorrow. I don't know. So anybody have any questions? Oh, and not to mention the options, right? So there's a lot of activity. So the stock was down, what, 3%? Bullish premium was 58%. Most of it's going into the call premium, and it's all related to calls, not puts. So it would be different if they're doing puts, but there's not many oh, there is put activity. Well, there's 4.5K, but most of the volume is call volume, 78%, and it's bullish. So what's up, you know? I think we're chilling. The only thing I would be concerned about is that like a lot of that money that's up here is actually in the money calls. I wish they were like out the money, but we can only go so far. So yes sir, yes sir. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I'm trying to keep things short, and I don't think if anybody has any questions, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. And so we covered SPY. Like I said, definitely watching this, see if it plays out. Obviously there's different ways to chart things, so don't think like this is the only way, or this is just me, and usually stuff that I chart is wrong, so definitely don't listen to me sometimes. And yeah, I'm doing these calls, but they're like completely more risk on. You can definitely just do some shares, be more risk off. Let me make sure I don't have anything else I want to talk about. Short interest, option flow, news, charts. I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it. Anybody have any questions? Oh, we can actually look up Lucid's. Like, that's one thing. Like, Polestar's market cap on right now, and like, I'm just gonna say, like, Polestar's a legit company, you know, and their market cap's only like 20 billion, and this thing is trading at 30 billion. Not a Lucid hater. I just want fair markets, you know. So if this one's trading at 30 billion, then Polestar should be trading at 30 billion too. But I just don't think there's enough money like out there right now, as far as like people interested in it, especially in this time right now, because there's a lot of fear, right? So when there's more of a risk on or risk off or whatever, and there's people coming into the market a lot easier, then things will be different, I think. So what's going on with Lucid? What do y'all see in here? Seeing anything here? It looks like it got rejected, and it looks like a head and shoulders here, and then it came down, broke down, and now it's looking to break down $18 and come back down to like 16. Look at a price, it's at 18 right now. Yeah, if it holds underneath here, I mean, it'll probably keep, yeah, if it holds underneath 18, it'll probably come down to this range down here, or like, yeah, about $1. But I would say, let's go to the 1 hour. Yeah, it's like every time it gets back underneath the 200 moving average, it starts selling off. So like down here, it got underneath the 200 moving average and sold off. So it might continue to sell off back down to like higher 1670. It's probably where I would take my profits. Something a little bit ahead, actually. Sure, yes, sir. Or this one, it kind of broke down and retouched it and then broke down again. So you could retouch it, could retouch this 1820 and then continue going down too though. So I think that's going to wrap it up, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you guys have any questions, send them to me and I'll be happy to reply or whatever. You can send me a tweet or DM me if you want. And yeah, take advantage of the unusual whales. It's 15% off until the weekend. And I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow in the market. And just keep moving forward. I'm signing out. Peace, y'all.